everyone. Welcome to Travel Time. I'm Serina Bowles from the Travel Agent Next Door, and I am doing a series where I am talking to some of my favorite suppliers to help give you an inside look into sort of what options are out there and why I choose to work with them. I do find that whenever we are working together and planning your vacations, it's important to know like what you want to do and how you want to do it, but it's actually very important to make sure that we are also looking at who we are working with in order to make sure that you are getting the best value and experience for your vacation. So today I'm very happy because I am speaking with Andrea from Air Canada Vacations, which is one of my very favorite tour operators to use for many of your vacations, as you know. Air Canada Vacations is a tour operator. They do all-inclusive vacations as well as Europe packages, and they also have a cruise program. So we're going to talk to Andrea today and get some inside information and just get you to know a little bit more about why I like working with them so much. So welcome, Andrea. Thank you so much for being with us here today. And maybe just before we get started, maybe could you just give us a little bit of background information about you and your role at ACV and sort of, like fun parts about your job and stuff like that you like?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate this opportunity. We appreciate your support, and I love being able to do things just like this, talk about how dreams travel. So, my name is Andrea Arkell. I represent advisors, and I am able to better educate them and support them so that their clients have the best experience with any of our Air Canada Vacation product, everywhere from all of our sun destinations that we offer, but realistically, anywhere that Air Canada flies, Air Canada Vacation offers an opportunity for your dreams to travel. And every day I get to speak to advisors just like yourself, Serina, and to talk about exploring the world. So what better way can it be than that, right? So I was an advisor for about 10 years before I switched over to Air Canada and then moved over to Air Canada Vacations. And my 2-year anniversary with Air Canada Vacations is coming up at the end of this month. So
That's
can't
awesome.
be, yeah.
That's very cool. Could you give us like a bit of an overview about the products that are in the portfolio with Air Canada Vacation, like the different types of vacations that we can plan through ACV?
Sure. For most people would be familiar, and for 50 years we've been selling sun destinations or what we would call package vacations. These would be your all-inclusive package that include your flight, your transfers, your resort when you're there, and your, of course, checked baggage to get there. We also have included our flight and cruise packages. We have flight and hotel packages, and we also have an array of tours throughout Europe and Asia that offer you opportunities to either travel independently with everything set up for you or have partially guided tours or completely guided. So really something for everyone.
That's amazing. And that's why I like working with you guys so much, because it's, yeah, like you said, there's something for everyone. And it's so easy because everything is packaged together. You don't have to try to put your flights and your hotels and your activities and your plans all together. It's one package, and you know that Air Canada Vacations is standing behind all of the plans, and that they're there to support you as well. So who would you say is sort of like the ideal traveler for ACV? What's sort of like the demographic of people who are booking with ACV?
So the good thing about Air Canada Vacations is we have so much different product that we really have something to cater from an infant all the way till one of your last trips, right? So because we have the all-inclusive packages where some of our resorts would have kids stay free, we can offer that all-inclusive family option. They could even be multiple generations because we offer flights from over 50 Canadian gateways, meaning your family that's out in the West Coast can meet with your family in the East Coast and all join together to have that wonderful vacation. But if you're an adventurer and you want to do things on your own, we can set you up with something in Europe or Asia where you can go and explore, but you know that foundation set up for you. So I feel like we really do have something for everyone of every age, and that's one of the reasons we are unique, that we don't really have an age category. We can find something for you.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. And what are you seeing in terms of like travel trends these days? I know it seems like every year something new is coming up on the list of new places people are going or new things that people are discovering. What are you noticing?
So I feel like this year has been a pivoting year. A lot of things have changed that might have been available before, that were a place that people would always travel to. But I feel like now, people want to go somewhere different. They want to explore somewhere like Barbados or Antigua. Maybe they haven't done something like that in the Caribbean, or they also want to go and explore maybe a sunny beach destination in the Europe area. So we actually have Palma de Mallorca as one of our locations, and that has been really popular this year for people to do an all-inclusive package in Palma de Mallorca. Pricing is actually coming out quite similar to being in a Caribbean destination, but with such a different vibe. So I feel like there's lots out there, but people are wanting to explore something off of what they usually typically would do, and want something more like immersive to like learn about the place they're at, be somewhere that they can explore as well, and not just stay on resort if they're doing the sun destination.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm noticing too. People are looking for more sort of like out of the norm. You know, a lot of families they've done, you know, like they've done Disney, they've done an all inclusive,
Mhm.
and they've done like the beach vacation and stuff. And now they're starting to see, you know, what else is out there. And so I do like, you know, that Air Canada Vacations does have those little hidden gems that you wouldn't necessarily think of otherwise, and but being able to package it all together the way that you guys do. So that is great. What about any like insider secrets or perks or tips that you have about special things that Air Canada has that they offer?
How to limit this one. Okay. So, first off, for your families traveling, we do offer family seating for any of the clients that are 14 or under 14 years of age. So, that's a good thing for your flight. We also offer our flights through Air Canada, which means we do have a vast network of flights across Canada. I was mentioning before, over 50 connector flights, and we offer connector rates at such a great price. And it means that both of your flights are together. So, you're not having to worry about if you're ticketed separately. Some of our round trip airfare that you're adding a connector on can be as low as $300 round trip. And if you've ever tried to fly in Canada, you'll know that not even one of your tickets is typically that price. So that's amazing. We have a few care programs. What these are sort of, they're not insurance. They don't replace what you have for insurance, but they offer a bit of flexibility. So our CareFlex allows clients, depending on what they choose, to either cancel, transfer the booking, or change a name up to 21 days or sorry, up to 3 days before travel. But they can actually cancel for the full refund up to 21 days, or up to 3 days they would get a future travel voucher. And we also just recently introduced our CareFlex Plus that allows those same benefits, but actually the full refund minus just the $250 deposit up to 24 hours before travel. So if there's anything that you're questioning, if you can't get the time off, or maybe one of the passengers might need to change out, this just allows them that a little bit more flexibility with those plans. We also have our CareFree, which is great for those clients, especially if they do have a connecting flight, because it includes free standard seat selection on all of our flights. And I know most people will say they don't care where they're sitting on the plane, but me and you both know when you go to check in, there's only two middle seats and they're not in the same row, that adds a little bit of trauma to your vacation plans. So
Yes.
that's a great option as well. So lots of different things that we offer. We have the new Air Canada Rouge planes that are out there, which will include in-flight entertainment. We have our Aeroplan members always get free Wi-Fi, and if you've ever traveled with a teenager, that's an amazing way to ensure that your trip is much more enjoyable on that plane. And any Aeroplan member can get free Wi-Fi, whether you have one Aeroplan point or 10,000 Aeroplan points. So lots of reasons to fly on board one of our vacation packages.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And what about the cruise program? What are the benefits of booking like a cruise package with Air Canada Vacation that has your flights and your cruise sort of packaged together? What's the benefits of doing that versus purchasing them separately? And also what type of protection plans do you have that you offer for cruise?
So for cruise, we don't offer the CareFlex. We just have the CareFree where you'd be able to get the seat selection, just because the cruise lines typically do have sort of a standard cruise layout of when the terms and conditions are. So those would always be best to look at any of the travel protection insurance plans that you offer, but it wouldn't be done through Air Canada directly. But the reason that our cruise program is so great is something called our cruise promise. So for our vacation plans, we have a vacation promise, which means that anytime that you have a flight included with a vacation plan, you're going to get a check bag included, you're getting your Aeroplan points, you're getting that free Wi-Fi if you're using your, all of those are included. But for cruise, we have a few things that actually really do make it make sense. First off, if you, for whatever reason, your flight doesn't make the cruise, then we're going to make sure we get you to your first embarkation point. If your flight is late getting back, so if they have to go through customs or whatnot in Florida when you're arriving back, we're going to get you on the next flight to get home. You get your checked baggage, which is a big thing for cruising because I don't know anyone that can cruise with just carry on. But you also are able to add the airfare when you're making the deposit for no deposit. So you don't actually put any cent down with that air, and that air can be canceled up to 24 hours beforehand, which is unheard of. No other time can you do that. You could change the name on that air in case someone wasn't able to travel anymore. You just want to make sure you were in line with when the cruise line would be able to allow you to change the cabin name. But the flexibility and the ability to add that air without having to pay anything is one of the biggest benefits. Thinking that air always costs less at the lower fare classes, and those are usually the further you book them out. So not having to pay a cent until final payment, but getting that air secured is one of the biggest benefits of why you'd put those two together for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's that again, one of the many reasons why I enjoy working with Air Canada Vacation so much. It's and I'm sure I think we've touched on pretty much all of the highlights that I can think of in terms of why again why you guys are one of my favorites that I often bring my clients to is just because number one, the reliability of Air Canada in the first place, and then the great programs that you have in place as well that offer such a wide range of experiences for all the different sorts of travelers. So anyways, before I let you get going, could I ask you a couple of little questions as well? I'm always interested to know whenever I speak with other people in the industry, if you could like hop on a plane tomorrow and just go anywhere in the Air Canada Vacation portfolio, where would you be going and why?
And you and I know this is just as hard as anything because we look at travel packages all the time.
Yeah.
But I recently went to Ireland in
Mhm.
May, and I would in a second jump back on a plane and explore that. And we do have some really good fly-in drives and also fly-in rail packages
Yeah.
where I would definitely be there tomorrow with my passport.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. Ireland is definitely, it seems to be on everyone's bucket list.
mhm.
It's definitely,
Short
I'm
flight,
actually,
right? So,
yes,
yeah.
yeah, like all things considered, it's for getting over to that side of the pond, it's definitely a much shorter flight than a lot of the other destinations. And what about, do you have like a favorite travel memory or a favorite travel story of like something fun that happened to you while you're on vacation yourself?
So my favorite travel memory would probably be what made me want to go more into the travel industry, which
Mhm.
is when my grandparents were having their 50th wedding anniversary. They took all of us. We were a quite small family, but still, I think there was 17 or 19 of us that went on a cruise.
Mm.
So we had such good times. We still have the pictures. It's been so many years since then. But as soon as I came back from that cruise, I applied to work on a cruise ship. And then I did work on a cruise ship. So I think it's just the memory of that just brings me back to why I like love this industry was just the idea that I got to go travel and explore things with people that I love the most
Yeah.
and was able to just see new things that I wouldn't have been able to see without leaving our lovely province, but moving it into somewhere out and exploring, right? So,
Yeah, no, and you know what? I hear that from a lot of people. I send a lot of people on like their first big vacations, and once they get the travel bug, they just want to do it again and again and again and see new and different things all the time, because it's a part of like your core memories of your life, right? And the experiences you get to have and the people you get to do it with. It's definitely what makes travel such a happy industry for us to be in and to be able to share with other people. So, well, thank you so much, Andrea, for spending some time with me today and going over all of the great benefits of Air Canada Vacations. Really, really happy that you were able to spend that time with us. And for everyone who is watching, if this has sparked any ideas for you, or if you're interested in getting some more information about your own travels, please send me a message and I will be happy to help you out with that. Thanks so much. Thanks, Andrea, again.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.